Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're cracking open a source that honestly feels less like history now and more like a live feed from our present.
It really does.
We're doing a deep dive into Yuval Noah Harari's 2020 address at Davos. And looking at it now, in 2025, it just seems so unnervingly prophetic.
Pathetic is the right word.
So our mission today is, pretty straightforward. We're not going to get lost in the weeds of AI models or architecture.
Technical stuff.
Exactly. We want to focus on the historian's angle, this huge shift in power, the inequality, and, the challenge to what it even means to be human when data is destiny.
And it's the perfect framing for right now. Harari started by laying out 3 existential threats for our century: nuclear war, ecological collapse, and technological disruption.
Right.
And he was so insistent that while we were focused on the first 2, we were just dangerously underestimating that third one, the tech one.
And his concern wasn't just about, robots taking factory jobs. He saw this massive new engine for social upheaval.
A convergence.
A convergence, yeah, of 3 things. Deep biological insight, massive computing power, and just oceans of data.
And that convergence is what leads directly to his most controversial idea, this new social division.
The useless class.
The useless class. And to be fair, he was very quick to say this is not about human worth.
No, it's an economic term.
It's purely about economic necessity. The real shock now isn't just blue-collar jobs, it's the cognitive labor, the entry-level coding, graphic design, even professional writing. AI is making that redundant at a scale we've just never seen.
But wait, isn't that term a little overly dramatic? Hasn't every new technology from the printing press on destroyed old jobs but also created new ones?
He does acknowledge that, yeah. But he warns that the speed of this disruption is completely unprecedented, and also the centralization.
Which connects right into his geopolitical fear.
Exactly. The world's splitting into essentially tech superpowers and then a long tail of what he calls data colonies.
It's like a new kind of resource extraction, but it's digital.
Totally. The colonies provide the raw material, our data, our attention, our clicks, but they are completely dependent on the platforms and algorithms imported from those few superpowers.
So it's deeper than just harvesting data. It's about algorithms shaping local culture, or even worse, political discourse. That's a much more profound kind of colonization.
Which brings us right back down to the individual, to that core formula he laid out.
Biology times computing power times data
Equals the ability to hack humans.
When I first heard that jump from data to hacking us felt like a leap. We've had targeted advertising for over a decade. How is this really different?
It's the biology part of the equation. That's the game changer.
Well, like biometric data.
Exactly. Tracking your heart rate when you watch a news clip, measuring your eye movements, analyzing the tone of your voice. That kind of physiological data lets an algorithm target your emotional weak spots, your cognitive biases, not just what you say you like.
So it's not just showing me an ad for something I searched for.
No, it's about bypassing your rational mind entirely. It's like installing an idea in your head, almost like malware.
Here's the really chilling part. In 2020, when he talked about personalized synthetic media deepfakes, perfectly targeted propaganda, it sounded like science fiction.
A future warning.
Yeah. Today, that's just a description of reality. It's how political campaigns are run.
It is, and that's why his framework is so crucial. It gives us an ethical checklist, forcing us to ask, who owns this data? Who controls these algorithms? Are we actually empowering people or just building, shinier tools for manipulation?
And you can see this playing out. In societies with high inequality already, especially in the global south, this isn't some distant possibility. Unchecked AI risks making that useless class a current lived reality.
Which is why he insisted on global cooperation. He said you can't solve AI risks or climate change or nuclear war within your own borders.
Right. It's a shared threat.
He argued that loving your country today actually means fighting for global rules that protect everyone, not just retreating behind slogans of digital sovereignty.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? Harari basically gave us the language for the most important conversation of our time, how AI is changing everything, from our economies right down to our own inner lives.
And that leaves you with a final thought to chew on. If we accept the technology as fundamentally an architecture of power, then what specific digital rules, what architecture must we demand globally right now to protect human dignity from digital dictatorship and this new data colonization? That's the debate we need to be having today.